Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 23rd of 2020. Now, as you all know, the Star Wars franchise is really beginning to shape up with Kathleen Kennedy no longer in creative control, at least for the most part, and Disney CEO Bob Chapek really cleaning up the mess over at Lucasfilm and really rebranding Star Wars, really evolving this franchise into something new and fresh for the fans. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that at the end of the day, a lot of changes are being made in order to really regain many of the lost fans that walked away from either The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker. Let's not forget that Bob Chapek's main plan here is to reunite the Star Wars fans by delivering authentic Star Wars projects. Whether it's, new TV shows or movies that's more so in line with Star Wars Legends or George Lucas's vision or anything around those lines is what Chapek is trying to deliver when it comes to this new Star Wars universe, which, by the way, they already have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works for Disney Plus alone. That is 10 years worth of Star Wars TV series, just for starters, separate from the actual movies. Now, one thing is for certain is that we do know that Chapek has been the one responsible for getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy's creative control, and that Kathleen Kennedy, as of right now, is only in control of 2 live-action TV series, or should I say 2 TV series, one of which is live-action, the other of which is animated, that's going to be announced in the coming months, so be prepared for that. However, what's really intriguing, of course, is that since Kathleen Kennedy's creative power was stripped away by Disney CEO Bob Chapek, many changes have been made behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm, with Disney hiring new creators and promoting others like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau to take Star Wars in a better direction for the fans to witness. It's described that behind the scenes, Kathleen Kennedy has been very frustrated with the Star Wars community for voicing their own opinion, since it led to her losing her creative power, and that she is very angry with the Star Wars community for not seeing The Rise of Skywalker multiple times, since it did not do well at the box office because of that. Now let me just stop right here for a second, in case you guys did not know. The Rise of Skywalker's box office did not even meet near The Last Jedi's, and one of the main reasons was because there were far less repeat viewings on this movie in comparison to other Star Wars films. And Kathleen Kennedy is very angry about that because that's what ultimately led to her losing her creative power by Bob Chapek. Now, the box office results are what ultimately led to Bob Chapek deciding to take away Kathleen Kennedy's power, where she was only left with 2 TV series projects for Disney Plus to control, and that's it. Kennedy, however, blames the fans for her creative power loss and the box office results for The Rise of Skywalker, and is one of the main reasons as to why Kennedy is trying to do her absolute best with the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV series for Disney Plus by creating brand new Star Wars fans that will enjoy her own personal agenda over an actual story. Kennedy, however, is also working on an animated TV series that will be announced in the coming months that will be released in the near future for Disney Plus as well for the fans to enjoy. So here's the thing about Kathleen Kennedy. What she is essentially doing is that she's blaming the fans for us not seeing this movie multiple times. The Rise of Skywalker, of course. There's a big reason as to why we did not see this movie multiple times. Now, I myself only saw it twice, I will be honest with you. I talked about this in my initial review of the movie. Saw it twice to make sure and to be absolutely certain about my feelings of the actual film. So, after seeing it twice, I had no other need to really see it again in theaters. I really had no interest. It was a movie that had its good scenes here and there, and it's also a movie that had a lot of bad scenes within it. That's how it was for me, at least. Now, the thing about all of this is that Kathleen Kennedy is blaming the Star Wars community because we didn't actually lend our support to upping the box office results for The Rise of Skywalker, and that led to her losing her creative power. That's not essentially our fault. I mean, that's really all on Kathleen Kennedy, since she's the one who really implemented all those reshoots and those rewrites in 2018 and 2019, taking out all of the beloved scenes of Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker, the Dark Acolyte, all these crazy and wild things that I personally think would have made Episode 9 probably way up there within the Skywalker saga, like one of the fan favorites, I believe. Now, here's the thing about Kennedy as well, is that we also know that she's working on 2 live-action TV series, and she's going to be using identity politics, personal agendas, and more to really do her own take on Star Wars. It almost comes off as Kathleen Kennedy's revenge in some way, I don't know. But Leslie Headland has her own agenda too. She's not really focusing on character development or story. She's focusing on activism. She's focusing on identity politics, all those crazy things that really nobody wants to see. We just want a good story, we want good character development, and that's it. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.